Hello children, welcome to the biology class. So till now we are in the organization level. In the organization level we are discussing about the tissues as we discussed how the tissues will form, and now we are going to discuss about the plant tissue. A plant tissue is made up of group of cells. These cells may be either similar or dissimilar in structure, function and origin. Plants of higher level shows this level of cellular organization. So tissues, we know that tissues are made up of different group of cells. So these cells may be similar or dissimilar in structure, shape and origin. Plants have higher level shows this level of cellular organization. These are the tissues. And the classification of plant tissues are mainly based on the two important criteria, that is on the basis of parts of plant and then on the basis of types of cells. See, it depends on two. Plant tissues are classified on two important criteria, on the basis of part of plants, on the basis of types of cells. Parts of plants and types of cells. Plant tissues are broadly categorized into three tissue systems. This classification is on the basis of parts of plant they are present. Classification is on the basis of parts of plant they are present. So it is categorized into epidermis tissues, vascular tissues and ground tissues. So epidermis tissue. What is epidermis tissue? The cells formed from the outermost surface of the leaves or outermost surface of the plant. And vascular tissues involved in transporting fluid and nutrients internally for the plant. And ground tissue involved in producing nutrients by photosynthesis and preserve nutrients. Ground tissue involved in producing nutrients by photosynthesis and preserve nutrients. Plant tissue is divided into two types. This classification is on basis of the types of cells they comprise or present. That is meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. See, plant tissues are categorized into two: meristematic tissue, permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue, the cells will divide, and in the permanent tissue, cells do not divide. In the meristematic, cell divide into apical, intercalary and lateral. Apical tissue, intercalary tissue and lateral tissue. In the permanent, cells do not divide, but they have complex ground tissue or simple ground tissue and complex vascular tissue. And simple ground tissue again divided into parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Complex tissue is divided into xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem tissues. So meristematic tissues, the cells divide and forms apical, intercalary and lateral meristematic tissue. In the permanent tissue, cells do not divide. So permanent tissue, the cells perform the same actions without any change, that are divided into two types, simple and complex. Simple is ground tissue and vascular, that is complex tissues. Those are xylem and phloem, which involves in the transportation of nutrients. And simple tissues are of again divided into three types: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. So what is meristematic tissues? Or meristematic tissues are simply meristems, are tissues in which cells remain forever young. Forever young. For example, if we take, as we discussed, meristematic tissue, the cell divides. For example, take a leaf. Leaf will shed and again it produces and again it develops, and it always looks, leaves look always young, and the whole leaf will shed off, right? Young, and divide actively throughout the life of the plant. Throughout the life of the plant. When the meristematic cell divides into two, the new cell that remains in the meristematic is called an initial and other the derivative. See, in the meristematic tissue, the tissue divides into two. Tissue is a group of cells, right? So each will go for the cell division. When it divides into two, the new cell that remains in the meristem is called initial one and the other one is called derivative. So let's see what are the characteristics of meristematic tissue. The cells of this tissue are commonly called as meristems. The cells of tissues are commonly called as meristems. The meristematic tissue has a quality of self-renewal. Self-renewal means self-development. Every time the cells divides, every time in the meristematic tissue the cell divides, one cell remain identical to the parent cell and other form a specialized structure. They have very small and few vacuoles. The meristematic tissue is living and thin-walled. The protoplasm of the cells is very dense, means very thick. Meristematic tissues heal the wounds of an injured plant. Injured plants means if any physical or chemical damage to the tissue, this meristematic tissue heal the wounds. Like suppose any cut for the plant, this meristematic tissue again it develops, the cell divides in the meristem and then it develops into new tissues where the damage was happened. The cells of the meristematic tissue are young and immature. So it always remains young. The tissue remains always young throughout the lifespan of a plant. And they do not store food. This meristematic tissue will not store the food. They exhibit a very high metabolic activity. These tissues exhibit a very high metabolic activity. And next come to permanent tissues. Permanent tissues, as we discussed, it is again divided into simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue is again divided into parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. And complex permanent tissue again divided into xylem and phloem. So what is the permanent tissue? The tissue that are completely grown and has lost the ability of division are known as permanent tissues. In the meristematic tissue, the cell will divide. But in the permanent tissue, the cell will not divide. Permanent tissue has lost the ability of division, are known as permanent tissue. The meristematic tissue divide and differentiates to form permanent tissues. There are types of permanent tissues. Simple permanent tissue. These are also known as homogeneous tissues. They are made up of single cell type, usually with same origin, structure and function. Simple permanent tissue is further classified into three types as we discussed. Parenchyma. In parenchyma, cells have an oval or round shape. The cell wall is made up of hemicellulose or cellulose, that is starch. The cell is thin-walled. The cell have vacuoles and very small nucleus. It is found in all parts of the plant. The protoplasm is living and dense in parenchymatous tissue. The cells are oval and round shape. The cell wall is made up of hemicellulose or cellulose, that is starch. The cell is thin-walled. The cells have vacuoles and very small nucleus. It is found in all parts of the plant. The protoplasm is living and dense. These are the characteristics of a parenchyma tissue. So, in detail about the other tissue, that is collenchyma and sclerenchyma, we'll discuss in next class. Okay children, have a good day. Bye.